Hey, everybody, back again with a new microphone and a new topic for the week. So, today we're going to talk about effectiveness versus efficiency. This is something that I often have to educate my customers on. And a lot of people have either misunderstanding or they use these words interchangeably, effectiveness and efficiency, and they really are two different things. So I want to help you understand why they're different and why that matters to you and your business. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, effectiveness versus efficiency. Let's start by defining effectiveness. When you think about effectiveness, effectiveness is how well something, it could be anything, how well that thing meets its intended purpose. Okay, you can have effectiveness of a business. Think about your ultimate outcomes that you want from your business. How effective is your business at reaching those ultimate outcomes? That is effectiveness. You can have effectiveness of a system in your business. How well does it do the thing that you want it to do? You can have effectiveness of an employee in your business. Your products have a level of effectiveness. How well is your customer able to do the things they want to do with your product? That is effectiveness. How well does something meet its intended purpose? Efficiency, on the other hand, is really a ratio between how much you have to put into a system or a process to create something and how much do you get out. That ratio between your inputs and your outputs, that is efficiency. So when you think about efficiency in the context of a business system, a system in your business, any system that you have, it's going to have inputs into that system. Things like people's time, might be money, different artifacts that you create in your business. Those are going to be inputs into a system, and then you're going to get some output from that. So if you think about going through the system or the process of hiring a new employee into your business, you've got lots of different inputs into that. People are giving their time to do things like identify the job duties, write a job description, do interviewing, screen candidates, all of those things. Those are all inputs. The time and the money that you spend on hiring that person, those are all inputs in that hiring system. And then the output is eventually you hire somebody. You have that one employee that you pick up, and that is the output of a hiring system. So efficiency is about how many hours did you put into hiring that one person. You can also think about what I'm doing right now, producing a video and audio. There are inputs that go into that. I have to research a topic. I have to write some notes and identify what are the key talking points, the things that I want to cover. What do I want to teach? What are my keywords for SEO? There's a lot of time that goes into actually creating this one video. So when I start to think about efficiency, I think about how many hours do I spend? And if I'm spending money, am I buying audio tracks? Am I buying images? Maybe I'm ghostwriting and paying somebody else to clean up the writing for me. There's all kinds of ways I could potentially spend money on this as well. But I think about my time. I think about other people's time that help me with the production. And I think about dollars that I spend. Those are all my inputs. And my output then is one video. I can start to understand how efficient I am. Now, there's no magical ratio between those two, but over time, it's all relative to itself. So this is why we always take baselines. I can understand how efficient I am today, and then I can improve my efficiency in producing videos by spending less time, spending less money, getting more efficient at the things that I'm doing so that I can do them faster and put fewer inputs into the process. Now I'm making myself more efficient because I'm still getting the same output, even though it's taking me less. So that's at a very high level. That's the difference. Effectiveness is about how well does the thing meet its intended purpose. Efficiency is about the inputs that you put in and the actual outputs that you get out and the ratio between those two. So let's talk about growing your business and the relationship of effectiveness and efficiency to actually scaling and getting bigger. When you are inefficient, and I will tell you, almost every business starts out very inefficient, and that's okay. That's how it happens. You're just trying to get things done. You're trying to figure things out. The learning that you're doing is more important than being super efficient in the way that you're doing it. There are a lot more important activities when you start a business than getting super efficient. But the challenge comes when you try and grow, when you try and scale. Your revenue will increase, but also everything that you're doing in your business that is inefficient will also scale with it. Okay, you can't just scale the good in a business. When you scale a business, you scale the entire thing. All of it comes with you. And that includes all your inefficiencies, all of the bad processes that you have, all of the things you're not doing very efficiently. That scales and creates more inefficiency, more time wastes, more dollar waste as you grow and get bigger. So in order to scale properly, you've got to work on your efficiency before you try and scale. Now there's a catch to that, in that before you work on your efficiency, you really need to get your effectiveness right first. Okay? Effectiveness is more important than efficiency. If you are building something in your business, if your product is not effective, it doesn't matter how efficient you are in actually building that thing. You're not going to satisfy your customers. You're not going to be able to maintain your business for very long. It doesn't matter how efficient you are. You have to be effective. So before you work on your efficiency and optimizing your processes and making them really fast and sleek and streamlined, you have to get the effectiveness right. And that's the learning from the customer, figuring out what is your product doing? How is it actually adding value? Are you doing the right things? Are you missing some things? You've got to work on that effectiveness first. What happens is if you work on the efficiency first, you're going to spend a lot of time streamlining. You're probably going to spend some time automating. You're going to introduce technology into your systems to make things super efficient and easy, not a lot of manual steps in there. And that's expensive. That costs money, that costs time. And when you then go and try and address effectiveness, you mess all that up. Your automation doesn't work because you automated for X and you need Y. So now you have to go back and you have to reinvest money to change your automation, to change your technology. You're going to adjust all of these things, and these things are expensive. When you do it the other way, you don't have that same waste of time, energy, and money. Get your effectiveness right first, then work on your efficiency. Then you can start scaling your business. So a quick example, and again, I'll use myself in this, and I know a lot of businesses out there can relate to this same thing because a lot of businesses are doing this as part of their marketing strategy. Let's say you want to start writing a blog as part of your marketing strategy. And so from day one, you start figuring out the perfect system, super optimized, super efficient. You spend a lot of money and invest in some technology to streamline how it is you research your keywords, how it is you actually write. You bought some writing tools. You bought Grammarly, to the pro version, to help you with your grammar. You spend all this money streamlining and making very efficient your process and system for creating these writing articles. And 3 months later, you find out your audience doesn't like to read. Your audience is really more into video, and you need to create videos instead. Now, all of that time that you spent making your writing super efficient, it's wasted. Now you've got to go to video. You're going to redo everything that you're doing and produce video content instead of written content. Sure, there's some other benefits down the road, but for the thing that you're trying to do, it was a waste. That's really why you want to focus on effectiveness first. Figure out what is effective before you spend a lot of time and energy trying to make what you're doing efficient. And then, as I said, once you get the effectiveness, once you get the efficiency, now scaling becomes better. It becomes easier because when you scale, There are fewer things that are inefficient that are going to scale with you. The amount of waste you're creating is going to stay smaller. It's still going to scale, but because you reduced it first, it's not going to get as big. And when you get bigger as a business, you're not going to have to spend so much time and energy and resources managing the waste that's occurring in your business because you made it efficient first. So I want to talk through technology and technology's role in helping you understand the effectiveness and efficiency of your business. So again, effectiveness is how well does this thing fit its intended purpose? So when you walk backwards from there to answer the question, how can technology help me do that? It's a lot around user information. So you think about customers are using your products, whether they're digital or physical. Your customers are having reactions to your products, and those reactions are going to help you understand, is your product effective? So you can use things like surveys, digital surveys, to gather information from your customers about how effective your product is. You can gather statistics around usability. If you've got a digital product, if you're selling courses, you can go look and see how many people are going through your courses and actually completing them. Are they all getting stuck at a certain point? There's all kinds of data and information that you can capture and analyze around how your digital products are being used. If you're selling a course that is all written and a lot of different books, you can go look at how many times book 1, book 2, book 3, etc. are each of those downloaded, and start to gain some information about how effective is your product at helping or doing the things that you want it to do. One more example, thinking through it, if you've got a physical product that requires support, your support system, however you use to track tickets or people's complaints or things like that, that is information about how effective your product is. That's how technology can really help you understand effectiveness better. It's about understanding, again, how well is this thing doing its job? How well is this thing doing what it's supposed to be doing? When we talk about technology and efficiency in that relationship, technology is really going to help you automate. That's the biggest one thing that tech is going to do for you in terms of efficiency. It's going to allow you to do things that you wouldn't otherwise be able to do as a business because you don't have enough resources in the form of people to do all of these manual things. Technology allows you to do things that are pretty powerful, and you can do them relatively easily. There's usually an initial investment that's involved with technology, but once you make that investment, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, your ongoing operations costs for that piece of technology are fairly low in comparison to if you had to pay a human to do that same work 40 hours a week. The technology over time is going to usually be cheaper than having a person do that. Technology is also going to scale a lot easier. People don't scale. The only way to scale people is to hire more people. With technology, oftentimes you can click a button, you can go up a level in your plan, you can turn a dial and add more resources. It's very easy to scale technology as your business grows. Technology doesn't take holidays or sick days or personal days or anything like that. So from the efficiency side of things, technology really is about automation. It's about doing tasks for you so that people don't have to do them, and giving you the ability to quickly increase your resources without having to go hire a bunch of people. So the other example I want to walk through around efficiency versus effectiveness, when we think about hiring somebody into our business, as I mentioned at the beginning, effectiveness can be used to look at any one thing. So you can look at the effectiveness of the person that you hired. How well does that person meet their intended objectives, their intended reason? We hired them to build us a website. How well are they doing that? How well is our website functioning? Is it meeting our needs? That's the effectiveness of the employee. You also have systems to bring employees into your business. Again, you might not have thought of these as systems, but they're there regardless, whether you've intentionally put them in place or whether they're just happening haphazardly. You have systems there that are used to bring employees into your business. There's an effectiveness to that system that you're using to hire. Are you hiring the right person? For efficiency, now we're looking at how much time do we spend actually bringing a person, a new employee into our business? How much time do we spend doing the research on the job? How much time do we spend doing the recruiting, the interviewing? Maybe we have a recruiter in our business or we use a third party. We spend actual money there. There are a lot of different inputs involved in bringing a person on board into your organization. The efficiency is then about how much did I put in to get that one employee? Now, one point I want to make here is that effectiveness and efficiency work separately. Yes, they are somewhat related when you talk about the same thing, but really they work independently. Okay. And that's important to understand because increasing or improving one can actually degrade the other. And we'll continue on this hiring example to talk through that. For an example, you spend 20 hours to hire one person into your business. And that 20 hours is doing all those things we talked about. It's doing the job research, writing the job description, doing the screening, the interviewing, writing the offer, bringing that person in and getting them to day one. Let's just assume you spend 20 hours to do that for one employee. And you decide that, hey, you're not quite getting the right employees through your hiring system. And you want to make improvements there. You want to get better quality people into your business. So you're going to go change that hiring system that you have. That might actually decrease your efficiency by increasing your effectiveness. So now you're doing more research, you're getting better keywords, you're spending time building relationships with candidates that maybe you weren't doing in the past. All of that takes more time. So you now might be spending 30 hours to get one good candidate or one good employee into your business. You have made it more effective because you're getting better results, but in doing so, you've made that system less efficient. You're spending more money, more time, more energy to get the same output, that one employee. The employee's better quality, but it's from an efficiency perspective, you have to look at it like increasing my effectiveness has actually decreased my efficiency. And that's okay. Anytime you're improving a system, you're probably going to make it less efficient if you're trying to make it more effective. And this goes back to what I said at the beginning. You always want to work on your effectiveness first because the process of improving your effectiveness, it's sloppy and it's messy and it causes a lot of extra waste while you're doing it, trying to figure out what is the most effective. Once you've got that pinned down, now you can start looking at your efficiency. So back to our hiring example, if we blew it up and now it's 30 hours a week and we're getting more effective hires into our business, now we can go through all of those efficiency tools and start looking at removing waste from that process and what it is we're doing to hire. You might find as you look at those 30 hours and what you're doing, because of the changes that you made to get more effective, you're now doing things that were part of the old way that you don't need anymore in the new way. So now you can reduce that out and you can reduce the time that you're spending, the money that you're spending, and get those 30 hours back down to 20 so that you still get the same level of efficiency that you had before, but now you're getting a better employee, a better hire into your business. So over time, you have improved your effectiveness and you've maintained your efficiency and you're getting better results and better outcomes from your hiring process. So that's it. Appreciate you tuning in for today. Just the quick recap on that. Effectiveness is how well does this thing meet its purpose? Efficiency is what is the ratio of inputs to outputs? How much did I have to put in to get this thing out? Keep that in mind as you're looking at your business, as you're doing your evaluations, as you are optimizing for outcomes. If you have any questions on anything I covered, please feel free to reach out to me on your social channel of choice, or you can email me at brian@optimizeforoutcomes.com. Thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you online.